lot of students studying international financial reporting standards frequently ask me this question on what is IFRS, what is international accounting standard, what is difference between that, how this guidance has been adopted in Indian situation. I'm going to discuss with you over the next 10 to 15 minutes on what is IFRS, what is IAS, and how this guidance has been adopted under Indian situation. We call it as Ind AS, Indian Accounting Standards, converged with IFRS. So first of all, when IFRS was started developing as a common reporting standard across the world, this need was first felt in 1973 and the committee was formed. The name of that committee was International Accounting Standards Committee, IASC. They started working on the common reporting standard. They worked on from 1973 till 2000 and they came up with the guidance, the common accounting standard. They set up or prepared, created the accounting standards which could be commonly used across the world. Those standards were nomenclatured as International Accounting Standards, IAS. Those were 1 to 41. In between standards were deleted, so there were total, currently there are 24 such standards which are at present effective. Let's say IAS 1 is on presentation of financial statements, IAS 2 on inventories, there is no number 3, there is no IAS 4, 5, 6, there is directly IAS 7 on statement of cash flows. Likewise, few in between standards are deleted and out of this 1 to 41, 24 accounting standards are effective. Subsequently, when people started using this international accounting standards, there were also common questions which were not answered in the accounting standard. Those were thrown to the IASC to give certain guidance on. The standard was not revised, but the guidance was required. That was given by way of an interpretation. That is called as a SIC, Standard Interpretation Committee. From 1973 to 2000, that's created such 24 standards which are currently effective and 5 SICs. Few SICs were subsequently incorporated as a part of standards, few were deleted, etc. And then they thought that the work which is done by IASC needs to be spread across the world. Companies should start using this work, and that's why they changed the structure of their committee. They came up with the International Accounting Standard Board. In July 2000, IASB was formed. The committee changed to the board, International Accounting Standards Board. The board adopted entire guidance, this 24 standards plus this 5 interpretations. They adopted it as it is, which were created, designed by the IASC over the last 27 years. And then subsequently, any new accounting standard they required, they came up with the new standard under the different nomenclature. The nomenclature is IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. So till now, in 2022, as of August 2022, there are IFRS 1 to IFRS 17. The last standard is on insurance, which is not yet mandatorily applicable. But these are 17 standards, and any interpretations required on these standards, they came up with a separate interpretation. We call it as IFRIC or IFRS IC. There are likewise 13 IFRICs at present effective. So the total guidance of 24 standards plus these 17 standards, there are 41 accounting standards. One accounting standard is common on insurance contracts. IFRS 4 is also effective. IFRS 17 is not yet applicable. So considering that, if IFRS 17 once becomes mandatory, IFRS 4 will be removed. And likewise, there will be 40 such standards. So currently there are 41 standards and 18 interpretations in force. When we call the guidance under IFRS, it contains these 4 guidances: IAS 1 to 41, SICs, 5 SICs, IFRS 1 to 17, and IFRICs. So these are 13 IFRICs. So this combined guidance of these four sources is nomenclature is considered as IFRS. So there is no conflict between the standards which are there under IAS and under IFRS. There will not be a common accounting standard between these two. Absolutely not. When we say IAS 1, it's presentation of financial statements. IFRS 1 is on first time adoption of IFRS. When IAS 2 is on inventories, IFRS 2 is on share-based payments. So these are completely different standards, and together this entire guidance is considered as international financial reporting standards. So I hope your confusion is sorted. Now, coming on how we have adopted this guidance under Indian situation. We have opted for, now there are two approaches by which we can actually apply the guidance of IFRS in respective countries. In India, we have opted for one, we call it as a convergence approach. So there are two total approaches. Number one is adoption approach and second is convergence approach. Accepting all the IFRSs as it is without making any single change in the accounting standard is called as an adoption methodology. We have not opted for that. Convergent methodology is we are taking base of IFRS, we are making certain changes, those are suitable to our economy, and creating our own set of accounting standards based on IFRS. This is called as a convergent approach. We are going for the convergent approach. Having said that, all these standards which we had seen earlier, IAS 1 to 41, IFRS 1 to 17, the numbers have exactly been replicated, the standards have exactly been replicated with paragraph numbers as well. If there are any deviations, in order to change the provision of an accounting standard to suit our economy, then in that case, we have deviated from that, we have deleted that paragraph, but we have not deleted the number. The paragraph has been deleted and we have written it as deleted. We have kept the paragraph number same. But that deviation is executed after consultation with IASB. These deviations are called as carve-outs or carve-ins. Correct? Very popularly named, and we call it as a carve-out or carve-in. So carve-out is anything which is not required, which is there under IFRS. Carve-out. Anything which is not there under IFRS, but we need it under Ind AS, carve-in. As simple as that. How the numbers have been stacked up, how the nomenclatures have been adopted in Indian scenario. So IAS 1 to 41, same standards, Ind AS 1 to 41. The nomenclature has been changed, numbers are exactly same. So IAS 1 is there, IAS 2 is there, similar way. Ind AS 1 is there, Ind AS 2 is there. Names are same. Ind AS 1, presentation of financial statements. Ind AS 2, inventory. Under IFRS, IAS 2, 3, IAS 3, 4, 5, 6 are deleted. There is no Ind AS 3, 4, 5, 6. There is directly Ind AS 7, which is on for the cash flow statements. So, as I said, the numbers are kept same, so that if a person studying Ind AS wants to refer IFRS, he can refer that exact guidance. So this is about IAS and Ind AS. Now what about IFRSs? So this total guidance is IFRS, there's no doubt about it. But there, nomenclatures are different. IAS and then IFRS 1 to 17. How we have taken this? We have not changed the nomenclature. We have not changed the nomenclature. We have kept the nomenclature under Ind AS as Ind AS itself. But now there is a problem. If we keep the numbers same as 1 to 17, then there will be conflict. Because nomenclature is same. There can't be conflict under IFRS. Because the nomenclature is different. One is IAS 1 and another is IFRS 1. So it clearly states these are two different standards. But under Ind AS, there would have been a conflict had we kept the numbers same with the nomenclature. And that's why we have changed the number series rather than the nomenclature. So the number, we have kept it for IFRS 1, we have gone for Ind AS 101. For IFRS 2, we have gone for Ind AS 102. Name are same. So IFRS 1 is first time adoption of IFRS, Ind AS 101 is first time adoption of Ind AS. IFRS 2 is share-based payment, Ind AS 102 is share-based payments. IFRS 9, for example, I'm jumping on directly to IFRS 9, it's financial instruments. Ind AS 109 is financial instruments. The only thing, we have not yet notified a standard which is parallel to IFRS 17, which will be Ind AS 117 on insurance contracts. We had said, the Indian government had said, once internationally IFRS 17 becomes applicable, we will apply or we will introduce 117 at that point of time. So we have total, this 41 to 41, there are 23 standards, one standard is not there. And here, under IFRS series, Ind AS 101 to 116, one standard is not there. We have only 39 standards out of this 41. So which two standards we are not introduced? One is with respect to 17, IFRS 17, and another is with respect to IAS 26, which is reporting by employee benefit plan, which is not there. We have not adopted for that accounting standard. So now how IFRICs and SICs have been introduced? SICs and IFRICs have been introduced by way of appendix. In each respective standard, we have introduced this SICs and IFRICs by way of appendix. So entire guidance of IFRS has been adopted as a part of Ind AS. So this is how the Ind AS numbering has been structured. So a lot of time people have asked the questions, do we need to study 116 accounting standards? Absolutely not. We have 39 accounting standards. It's just that the number series is different, and that's why we feel that there are more than 100 standards. Not at all. There are only 39 accounting standards under Ind AS scenario. Under IFRS, there are currently 41, but it will be reduced to 40 subsequently. So there is only one standard which will not be there, which is corresponding to IAS 26, reporting by retirement benefit plan, which is not there. So this is the situation, numbering situation or structuring under IFRS and under Ind AS. What I'm going to discuss next with all of you is on what is the current situation of Ind AS adoption, converging with IFRS in India. So stay tuned to our FinPro Consulting's YouTube channel. Do subscribe for it for latest information and intimation on new videos. Thank you.